Check, check, mic check. Guys on TikTok, guys on YouTube, let me know. Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat, guys. The paper is going to be starting in about 15 minutes. The entry session or the start of the session is going to be in about 5 minutes. Guys, let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? Let me know on TikTok. Let me know on YouTube. Okay, the YouTube guys can hear me. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Maria. Guys on TikTok, let me know. Can you hear me? Let me know on TikTok, guys. Can you hear me? Need to check that the audio. Ibrahim says yes. Thank you, Ibrahim. Guys, I'm going to leave you for another 5 minutes, and then we're going to start this session at 5 o'clock. See you very soon, guys. This session, guys, is going to be starting in just a few minutes. Let me know on TikTok, guys. Can you hear me? I know the YouTube guys can hear me. Let me know on TikTok. Can you guys hear me? Just testing the mic ahead of this session. Let's have a look. Thank you very much, Fetch Kendrick. Thank you very much. That helps a lot. One and a half minutes, guys. Not too long now. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let me know on YouTube, guys. Can you hear me? Just checking in. Just checking in. I have been told that the stream has been shadow banned for a few minutes on TikTok. Not sure why. Something about the quality. It all looks good on my end, but let's see. Hopefully it picks back up and a few more people join. Maybe there won't be many of us for the first little part of the session. You're all saying muted. You're all saying muted. What a muppet. I was, yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I actually did that last time as well. That was, what a great way to start the session. Okay. Thank you guys who let me know. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Nafila. Thank you, Obama. Thank you, Maria, as well, guys. Sorry about that. Little rough start to the session. Tom said it's working now. Thank you, Maya, for letting me know on the TikTok. Guys, always never going to start smoothly, is it? I was actually saying as well that I'm trying to get this timer working. It's going to be a 5 or 6 minute timer to start the session. Let's see. Okay, there we go. It started. Beautiful. Charlotte said, all good now. Can hear you. Absolutely awesome, guys. Let me know. Is the audio smooth now? Ibrahim says it's working. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Always a little pitfall at the start. Let's see, guys. Let me know. Heaven Candola, welcome, says yes. Jess says, all good. Come on, guys. So, just so you know, today we're live on YouTube and we're live on TikTok at the same time. It's only the second time I'm doing this, so I'm still getting a little bit used to kind of seeing myself multiple different times at the same time on different screens as I'm sending this out. So, yeah, still getting used to it a little bit, but hopefully everything is going to be smooth. It was a good session last time. Let's see. AMT says audio is smooth. Very nice. How's everyone's days been, guys? Let me know in the chat. How's everything going? At the moment, we have 30 of us on the TikTok, and we have 7 of us on the YouTube. Good to see. I did get told that for some reason, because of the quality on the TikTok, it was going to get removed from people's For You pages for 10 minutes. I don't know why they're doing that, because on my end, the quality looks pretty good. But, hey, you know, let's hope after that 10 minutes goes by, it's smooth again. I'm just going to make a tiny little change while I'm live, and I'm just going to move myself up a little bit on the TikTok screen. Hopefully that looks good. Going to have to make myself a little bit bigger as well to do that. Beautiful. Okay, hopefully that's a bit better. There we go. Okay, guys, hit me with questions. All of that rubbish is done now. I can actually focus on the chats. Maria says, it's been a good day. How was your trip? So Maria's referring to the fact that I went to London for the last few days. I had some stuff to do down there. It was a really good trip. Thank you. It was a really good trip. I caught up with some friends, had a couple of meetings because I'm old now. It was a really good few days. Thank you. It was a really good few days. Actually, because I went to uni in London, a lot of my kind of mates from uni that I haven't seen in a while are in London, so it was nice to catch up with a few of them. Thank you very much. Looking at the TikTok now, Jess says it came up on mine. Autumn says it came up on my FYP and great quality. Okay, beautiful. Hopefully when we get started, then the numbers are going to go up. Last time, we averaged on the TikTok 120 people at a time. And on the YouTube, we averaged, what was it? I think it was 21 people at a time. So we'll see what the numbers are looking like today. For those of you who don't know, we're going to be going live now every single day, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. until the end of GCSE Maths. I'm going to be going live. Let me say that again. Every single day until the end of GCSE Maths, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. That means that we're going to do 40 days consecutive. There is actually a 3-day period where I'm going to struggle to do lives because I'm actually away with family. But other than that, so 37 days, we're going to be live. We're going to be doing past papers. We're going to be switching between AQA and EdXL. We're going to be switching between foundation and higher. And if you want to see when we're going to be covering each of them, I've actually put it on a post. It's pinned to the top of my TikTok page. It's also been posted in the community tab on my YouTube. Guys, looking at the chats now. Let's see. Looking at TikTok, guys. If I've missed any questions on TikTok, let me know. Hopefully we've got a couple of the moderators in today. Looking at the TikTok. Any questions, guys, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to come back to the YouTube because the YouTube chat's popping today. I can see you guys. Charlotte's in there. Maria's in there. Angela's here again. Beautiful. Nofila is back. Great to see it. Heaven Candola says hello. Nice. AMT's on the YouTube today, not on the TikTok. Let's see. TikTok chat's looking pretty quiet. We're on 3.6K likes at the moment, guys. Maths is going to be starting in 2 minutes. Today, we're going to be doing the AQA June 2020 Paper 1 Foundation. If you're doing higher, you can definitely still stick around and do this. Angela said, I'm doing Edexcel. Will this benefit me? Definitely, definitely. People say, you know, that the exam boards are very different. It's just not true. The exam boards are very, very similar, especially AQA and Edexcel. I would say they are about 90% similar. You know, there's a few little differences in terms of how some questions are worded. Obviously, the exam paper looks a bit different, but in reality, it's super beneficial whether you're doing AQA or Edexcel. If you're doing foundation, the first third of the higher paper will be beneficial if you want to join for those sessions, because that's the section which is overlapping. So the last part of the foundation paper is the first part of the higher paper. And if you're doing higher, the foundation sessions will also help, to be honest. Why? Because it's just a little bit of practice. Sometimes you don't want to do a super intense past paper. You just want to do something which is kind of still efficient, still working towards your exams, but not kind of the hardest thing you could do. In that situation, guys, those of you who are doing higher, it's still going to be beneficial. It's still going to move you forwards to do foundation papers. 10 of us now on the YouTube. Love to see it. We've got 40 on the TikTok. Numbers are starting to pick up, and I'm wondering how many people we're going to have on the TikTok today. Okay. Nofila said, can you please show the first question on the screen for a bit? I want to confirm something. Okay, Nofila, I'm guessing you want to confirm that you've got the correct one printed off. The first question is about the range. Second question is about circling a certain digit. So, yeah, that should help you with that. Let's see. Guys, can you hear the music that I have playing in the background? I'm hoping not, but it helps me a lot. Just to have some nice, gentle Afro beats playing whilst I'm going live to you guys. Yeah, let me know. Can you hear it? Is it annoying? Angela says, I'm doing higher. Yeah, it's still beneficial. It's not going to be the same as doing a higher paper, of course. Charlotte26 says, I can't hear the music. That's pretty good. Maya said, no, we can't hear the music. Thank you very much. Jess said, slightly, but nothing distracting. Okay, cool. Let me turn down my microphone a little bit. There we go. It's down a little bit quieter. So hopefully it shouldn't pick that up now. Ibrahim says, can't hear the music either. Beautiful. Guys, I just saw that the timer has gotten to 0. Let's get into it today and no messing around. For those of you who don't know, this is how we have the setup. I have the paper up here. If you're on the YouTube, it's over here. It's kind of taking up a large portion of the screen up here. If you're on TikTok, it should be right above up here. Hopefully you guys can see everything. And something I want to check right at the start now, whilst I have your full attention in the chat. How is it looking? Can you see everything clearly? On the TikTok, on the YouTube, let me know. When it's this zoomed out and the font size is this big, how is the experience? Can you read it? Can you see it and everything? Because sometimes I zoom in and out. Bond says it's cool. Chloe says it's cool. Izani, thank you for contributing, says, I can see it. Jess says, great setup. Come on. Thank you very much, Jess. Autumn says, perfect, guys. Okay. Thank you, Nibblester, for liking. What a crazy name. What a great name that is. One of the best I've seen. Charlotte26 on the YouTube says, all clear. Thank you, Charlotte. AMT in the house says, I can see it, yes. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to switch on to the first screen now, guys. You can get cracking with these first 3 questions. Not going to give you long at all to do these ones because we want to keep the pace high. I think today we're going to be finished a little bit early. NJ says, hi, sir. Since it's foundation, I won't be in this stream much because I want to focus on my physics and computer science. Though good luck, and I hope you get good views in this stream. Thank you very much, NJ. Pleasure to have you as always. And yeah, something I want to mention as well, guys. The reason I'm going live every single day, it's not because we're expecting everybody to be doing maths past papers every single day. That would be absolutely insane. If you want to make big gains in maths, do that for a week and you're going to come on 1, 2, even 3 grades potentially. However, the reason I'm doing this 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. is because here we can kind of set up a little revision club. Revising can be very lonely. A lot of you guys are going to be sitting at your dining room or kitchen tables. A lot of you are going to be sitting at your desks in your bedrooms. A lot of you guys are even going to be lying in bed right now, scrolling TikTok on your phone. Now, revising can be lonely because it feels like when you go on Instagram, everyone's out partying and doing their stuff and seeing friends. The reality is a lot of people are studying. I want to make things a little bit clearer. Here we have 12 people on the YouTube. We have 80 people on the TikTok. I want this to turn into a little bit of a club where even if you're revising, you know, for a different subject, have this playing in the background. Maybe turn the volume down, but you'll be able to see, especially if you're on the TikTok, that there's a bunch of people revising right now. So yeah, that's another benefit of doing it that way. We just passed 5K likes on the TikTok. We've also just passed 100 viewers at the moment. Absolutely wicked, guys. I said I was going to go through this quickly. On to the first three questions then. How are we going to do them? Somebody just asked if we're ever going to be doing higher. Yes, we alternate between foundation, higher. We do foundation 3 days a week, higher 4 days a week. We switch between AQA and Edexcel as well. All the details are at the top of my page. So yeah, you can check it out there. Okay, guys, first questions. Let's have a luck. Question number 1, it says, here are some numbers, 5, 5, 8, 13, 14, 15, and 17. It then asks us to circle the range. The range, guys, to calculate that, we're going to do our largest number, which here is 17, subtract our smallest number, which here is 5. So we're going to do 17 minus 5. 17 minus 5, guys, is going to be 12. So that's going to be our answer to question 1. That is going to be our range. Question 2, what's it going to be? It says circle the value of the digit 5 in the number 256934. The best way to do this, guys, is going to be to read out the number. Here we have 256,934. And when we say it like this, we can hear the fact that that 5 represents the 50 part of the 56,000. So, guys, the 5, what does it represent? It represents 50,000. Another way to do this would be to label our columns, tens, units, etc., etc. But I think reading it is going to be the best way to do it. Now, finally, question 3, work out the value of -2, -5. What's it going to be, guys? Best way to do this is going to be to think of our number line with 0 here, -1, -2, etc., 1, 2 in this direction. When we start with a negative number, and we subtract a number, what we do is we move to the left on our number line. I'm not going to draw the whole thing out here, but if you imagine moving 5 spaces left on the number line, -2, -5, what's it going to be, guys? It's going to be -7, and that is going to be our answer to question 3. Hit me up in the chat, guys. How did that one go? We're cruising at about 105 on the TikTok. That's nice. 9 on the YouTube. Wicked. BWFC, well done. Got -7. Ishani, well done. -7. Good job. Guys, whoever got that, nice work. Nofila, good work. Charlotte 26, good work. Guys, really good work. Okay, question 4 and 5 on the screen. Not going to give you guys too long for these. Again, we want to be moving fast because we are at the start of the paper. Hopefully everything's clear, by the way, guys. Hopefully the mic's good. Hopefully the video quality is good. I'm going to sit back, take a sip of my drink, and let you guys get cracking on this. Few people putting an answer in the chat. Slick says, hi, Matt, I'm busy tonight, so I'll watch the stream tomorrow when it's uploaded. Absolutely awesome, mate. That'll be great thing to do. Any questions? We've got a bunch of people dropping answers in the chat. We got a lot of people saying 68. Let's talk about it, guys. What's the answer to this one? Question 4 says, what is 680 millimeters in centimeters? Guys, we know, or we might know, that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. In other words, there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter. So when we convert to centimeters from millimeters, what we're going to do is we're going to divide by 10. We're going to do 680 divided by 10, 680 divided by 10, and the effect of that, guys, is going to be to knock off that 0 on the end. So anybody who said 68, congratulations. Good work. Charlotte 26 on the YouTube got it. Nafila got it. Top work. Heaven Candola, nicely done. Braden on the TikTok, good work. Ibrahim, nicely done. Rayhan, Ivan J, Izani, guys, superb work. Question number 5 then, how are we going to do this one? Let's have a look. The question says, work out the ratio of the area of shape A to the area of shape B. Work out the ratio of the area of shape A to the area of shape B. The best thing to do, guys, is going to be to work out these two areas. We're going to do that by counting the squares here. Then we can write them in an initial ratio. Then we can simplify it. Let's get it done. So counting the squares in the left-hand shape, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Guys, a few of you might be thinking we could have just counted the fact that it was 4 across and 5 down, then 4 times by 5 to get that 20. That's also a completely fine method, a little bit quicker, but I didn't use it there just because I wanted to show you this one. What about shape B then, guys? Counting these squares again, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then, guys, what we're going to do is write out the ratio. The area of shape A is 20. Area of shape B is 12, so we have 20 to 12. This, guys, is a ratio which we can simplify. Both 20 and 12 have a common factor of 4, so we can divide both of these by 4. 20 divided by 4 is going to be 5, and 12 divided by 4, guys, is going to be 3. So our ratio in its simplest form is going to be 5 to 3. Talk to me, guys, in the chat. Let me know, did we get this? Let me know, did we get this? Any questions as well before we move on? Ollie says, wrong question mark. It's not wrong. Oran says, O1IRQ said, yes, got it. Thank you very much, Pash. Tygo Silver says, when will you do higher? The next higher stream is going to be tomorrow evening. Next higher stream is going to be tomorrow evening. Let's see, guys. Any questions? Nope. Okay, moving on. Next question. We have 6A and 6B on the screen, giving you guys a few minutes for this one. 4 marks up for grabs, so I'll give you a couple of minutes. Man like AMT in the chat says, sir, I started listening to Burna Boy. He's good. Yeah. A lot of you guys know that when we're doing the maths, I do like a little bit of Afro beats in the background. Last year, there was lots of Burna Boy. This year, I'm more into a Sake. Davido's pretty good at the moment. A little bit of Thames as well. Guys, any questions? Let me know in the chat. But AMT, my friend, good to hear that you're liking the Burna Boy. If you really want to see some good Burna Boy stuff, watch his live performance at the Apple Music Festival in London. It's unbelievable, his performance of Last. Okay, Tiago Silva says, what other days are higher? If you have a look at the post, which is pinned to the top of my TikTok page or on my YouTube, you'll be able to see. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Okay, guys, 6A and 6B. I've been chatting for a while. Let's have a look at these ones. What are we going to do? Question 6A says, Samir and Dan run a race. Samir finishes in 2.5 minutes. Dan finishes in 130 seconds. Complete the following sentence. Somebody wins by something seconds. Guys, we're going to have to convert Samir's time into seconds. Then we can compare them. And how are we going to do that? Well, we know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So 2 minutes is going to be 120 seconds. So we can do 60 times by 2. That is going to be 120 seconds. Then we're going to have half a minute. A half of 60 is going to be 30. We can add them together then, guys, to work out the number of seconds in 2.5 minutes. 150 seconds is what it's going to be. Now, we want to know who wins and how much they win by. So we're going to do Samir's time, 150 seconds, minus Dan's time, 130 seconds. That, guys, is going to give us the difference. And it's going to tell us that, in fact, Dan wins by 20 seconds. That, guys, is going to be our answer to 6A. Congratulations, Nafila. Congratulations, Maria and Charlotte26. Guys, superb work with that one. Good work. Nicely done, Heaven Candola as well on the YouTube. Talk to me on the TikTok. What are we saying? Let's have a look. Guys, do we have any of the moderators on the TikTok at the moment? If so, drop me a message. Guys, just to remind everybody, no messing about, no dodgy stuff in the chat. Otherwise, you'll be banned very quickly. You'll be banned very quickly. No bad energy. Don't take the mick out of anyone. If you're doing higher, don't take the mick out of people doing foundation. That would be like me saying grade 9s are very easy to get. Well, for me, who's a teacher, of course, grade 9s are going to fall out of trees. However, if you're doing foundation is going to be difficult. So, yeah, don't take it as an opportunity to Okay, 6B, let's have a look. It says, Alice does a sponsored walk. She starts from home on Monday at 8 a.m. She arrives back home 55 hours later. Work out when she arrives back home. The best way to do this is going to be to split our 55 hours down into a certain number of days and a certain number of hours. We know that there's 24 hours in one day. So 24 hours is equal to 1 day. Double that, which is going to be 48 hours, is going to be 2 days. We know in total that we have 55 hours, which is going to be 7 hours more than 48 hours. So we know in total, how long do we have? We have 2 days and 7 hours. Now, guys, we can apply this to our starting time, which was Monday at 8 a.m. So 2 days, that's going to take us to Wednesday at 8 a.m. Then adding 7 hours to that, adding 4 is going to take us to midday. We're going to have 3 hours left over. So, guys, it's going to be 3 p.m. on Wednesday. 3 p.m. on Wednesday is going to be our answer. Let's write that in. Wednesday, 3 p.m. That is going to be our answer. There we converted from hours into days, and we got it that way. Guys, talk to me in the chat. Did we get that one? Let's see. I'm going to be looking at the TikTok chat first. Nicely done, Sam Kerr. Good work. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Latin says, yes, I got it. Come on, nicely done. Magic Products, good work. G says, yes, got it. Really nice work. Well done, guys. Let's see who else in the chat. Let me move on to the next question here, guys, so some of you can get cracking with that one. Maria, nicely done. Heaven Candola says, I get it. Good work, good work. Okay, guys, just so you know, we're cruising at 138 people on the TikTok. That's pretty nice to see. It's just dropped a little bit. And on the YouTube, we have 9 at the moment. I think the higher streams are a little bit more popular, to be honest. I think the higher streams are a little bit more popular. But don't worry, guys. We're definitely going to be doing a lot of foundation streams as well. Question number 7. What do we have going on? We need to work out 43 times by 8 minus 234 divided by 6. Few people saying when is higher. Next higher paper is going to be tomorrow, guys. For anybody who doesn't know, we're going to be live every single day, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. until the end of GCSE maths. We're going to be switching between higher and foundation. We're going to be doing higher 4 days a week, foundation 3 days a week, and we're going to be switching between AQA and EdXL. Toe said I had my first A-level maths mock exam today. Hey, hope it went well. Hope it went well. Those mock exams can be pretty stressful. Any questions, let me know. And guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready for this one. Kevin Candola thinks it's 305. Risayan Gupta thinks the same thing. So does Nafila. Let's see. Snake is in the chat. Love to see it. Somebody said we need to get you up to 5K views daily. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I wonder what it's going to be on by the time exams roll around. OJB's ready. A lot of people are ready. Guys, let's talk about this one. How are we going to do it? Workout 43 times by 8 minus 234 divided by 6. What we're going to have to do, guys, is we're going to have to use BidMass. We're going to have to do our brackets first. And then we're going to have to do the rest of the stuff. So first off, we're going to do 43 times by 8. 43 times by 8, we can use the grid method or the column method or do it in our head. 8 times by 3, that's going to be 24. Then we're going to write in a 0. 8 times by 4 is going to be 32. And then we can add together 24 and 320. And what are we going to get? We're going to get 344 as the answer to the first part. Now we're going to do that 234 divided by 6. So we're going to write out our bus stop. We're going to have 6 on the outside and 234 on the inside. How many 6s go into 2? It's going to be 0, remainder 2. How many 6s go into 23? Well, 3 times by 6 is 18, so it's going to go in 3 times, and this time we're going to have a remainder of 5. That's because 23 is 5 bigger than the 18 that we used. And then we're going to do how many 6s into 54, and that, guys, is going to be 39. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do our 344, subtract our 39. Simplifying this, what are we going to get? We're going to do 4 minus 9. We can't do that, so we cross out the 4, write in a 3, carry the 1, 14, take away 9. That, guys, is going to be 5. Then we're going to have 3 take 3, which is 0, and 3 take 0, which is 3, and we get our answer, 305. That is going to be our answer to question 7. Guys, let me know in the chat what's popping. Let's have a look at the TikTok first. G says 305. Come on. Somebody said... imagine having him as a maths teacher. Hey, that's nice. That's nice. Hopefully that means that the teaching's helping. Imam said, bro, why do we need school if we got this guy? Hey, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Joke Man is back, says, missed these. It's so nice to have some of the founding class back. A few people are saying got it right. Moving on to the next page, guys, to keep the pace high today. We want to be finished pretty quickly with this one. Risayan Gupta said, "Sir, I'm a 12th grade student. I love the way you teach. Do you teach 12th grade maths?" I do teach 12th grade maths, but I don't do it on social media. On social media, it's only the GCSE math that we do. Guys, giving you a couple of moments to do this one. Then we're going to be going through the answers. Let me know if you've got any questions for now. We want to get these numbers a bit higher. Only 100 people on the TikTok at the moment. Maybe people are busy. Maybe we do a little run up of the likes. Maybe we get it to 10K or something. Question 8, guys. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready, and we can talk about it. Let's see. Somebody says, can you make more videos about graphs? Lots of videos on graphs coming soon, actually. Bonus is ready. Or bonds, that was, sorry. Okay, guys. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready. No worries at all, Rasayan. No worries at all. I do try to reply to everybody who I do see in the chat. Okay, guys, question 8. Let's have a look. Here is some information by ticket type about the number of people visiting a cinema 1 week. We're told in the key that 4 of these boxes, or we could say one of these big squares, represents 40 people. We're then asked in 8A, how many children visited the cinema? We can see here that we have 4 of these big boxes, and we know that each of these boxes represents 40 people, so we can do 4 times by 40. 4 times by 40, guys, that's going to be 160, giving us our answer to 8A is going to be 160. What about 8B then, guys? 8B says, how many more students than adults visited the cinema? How many more students than adults visited the cinema? So the key here, guys, is going to be to work out the difference in the number of squares between our adults and our students, and then to work out how many people that represents. Let's have a look. We can see that our adults have 3 of these big squares and then 2 of these little squares, and our students have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these big squares. The way that I would recommend doing this one, guys, is just to split it up down here. That's going to pretty quickly show you how many extra we have. Each of these big boxes represents 40 people, and we have 2 of those. So we have a 40 and we have a 40, and then we have 2 more of these extra small boxes. Well, if 4 of those big boxes is 40, then 1 of those little boxes is going to be 40 divided by 4, which is 10. We have 2 of those, which is going to be 20, and we can write in then 20 over here, finding the total. What's it going to be? 20 plus 40 plus 40. Let me write that in, guys, just for a bit of clarity. 20 plus 40 plus 40. That is going to be 100 in total, giving us our answer to 8B. Looking at the chat over on TikTok, first of all, guys, hit me with it. Let me know. Ivan says 100. Good work, my friend. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Nicely done. Patri Kirby LO10. Good work. Says you got it right. Good work. Good work. Anybody else? James, nicely done. GCSE revision says, is this foundation? This is foundation. And this is also a non-calculated paper. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, guys, until our paper 1, every single session is going to be a paper 1 exam, because we have pretty much 2 weeks till paper 1. And then we have 2 extra weeks between 2 and 3. So we're going to do all the paper 1s now, then move into all the paper 2s and all the paper 3s. Guys, hit me with questions. Let's have a look at the TikTok chat. A's in the house. Good to have you. Nofila, good work. Risayan, good work. Zion, good work. Let's see. Nofila, good work. Heaven Candola, nicely done. Guys, very well done to anybody who got that. No worries at all. A. Nick said, can we share your live? Yeah, please do. Please do. I'd appreciate that very much. Question 8C on the screen. Let's have a look at this one. Little one marker, so I'm not going to give you long. Guys, a lot of you as well asked on the YouTube if you could be moderators. Some of the people who have been on there since the start. And now I'm going to make a few of you moderators. True to my word. I'm not sure how to do it when I'm not live. Maybe I've forgotten how to do it when I am live. Let's see, let's see. Okay. I don't think I can do it. Let's see, let's see. Maybe now I can. Okay, beautiful. Add as moderator. Standard moderator, beautiful. Okay, Maria, you're now a moderator. Maria, you're now a moderator. Guys, 8C, let me go through it, and then I'm going to keep cracking on with making a few people moderators. I'm going to be doing that on the TikTok and the YouTube, guys. If you want to be a moderator on the YouTube, drop a comment on one of my videos or posts or whatever. I'll see them all. And if you want to be one on the TikTok, drop me a DM. And I'll get that set up for you, but only if you're a regular contributor to the chat, okay? 8C, let's have a look. It says a bar chart is drawn to show the number of people visiting the cinema 1 month. Then we're asked to give one criticism of the bar chart. The answer here, guys, have many of you got it? The answer is going to be that we don't have regular jumps in the y-axis. We can see that we go from 0 to 500, which is a 500 increase. Then we go from 500 to 1,000. Then from 1,000 to 1,500, 1,500 to 2,000, all of which are increases of 500. And then we go from 2,000 to 3,000, which is an increase of 1,000. Therefore, guys, the issue is going to be that they don't go up in regular intervals. So let's say number of people doesn't go up in regular intervals. That, guys, is going to be our answer to 8C. Hopefully that's clear enough when I explained it. Going to move on to the next one now. Question 9, we have a 3 marker. Question 10, we have a 1 marker, giving you guys a couple more moments to do this question. And I'm going to be a little bit distracted for this because I'm actually currently making a few more people moderators on the YouTube. Then I'll do the same thing on the TikTok. And yeah, my attention's a little bit divided today between the TikTok and the YouTube. Hopefully everything's clear. Hopefully it's not too jarring with the fact that, you know, I'm not replying to the chat all the time on the respective channels. But yeah, I'm trying my best to juggle it. And I kind of think that this is the best way to give everybody a good experience. Those of you who prefer TikTok can do the TikTok thing. Those of you who like YouTube, don't have TikTok, can do the YouTube thing. Just trying to give everybody access at the same time. MA says, any difference between AQA and EdXL? There's a tiny difference. Very, very small differences in the content. But really, they're like 90% similar. If you're wondering whether doing an EdXL exam can help you if you're doing AQA and vice versa, yeah, it can definitely help. Definitely help. Very good to do. Okay, looking at the chat on the YouTube. Let's have a look. Nice to have you, A. AMT's here, nice. Thank you very much, Maria, for, thank you for saying thank you. Got that all sorted. Nofila, I also, off the top of my head, I can't remember whether you wanted to be a moderator. If you do, drop me a comment now and I'll get that set up. Okay, question 9. Let's have a look at this one. Just give me 2 seconds. Let's have a look. Harry says, is this paper real? Yep. It's the AQA June 2020 Paper 1 Foundation. Question 9. Let's have a look, guys. It says Harry will pay income tax if he earns more than £12,500 in a year. After 8 months, he has earned a total of £7,600. For the rest of the year, he earns £1,200 each month. Will he pay income tax? You must show your working, guys. The way that we're going to do this is to work out how many more months we have, multiply that by our 1,200, and then work on from there. Let's get it done. So we know that there are 12 months in a year. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our 12 months, subtract our 8 months, and that's going to tell us that there are 4 months left in the year. We can then do our 4 months times by our £1,200 to work out that that is the amount that he earns in those remaining 4 months. 4 times by 1,200, that, guys, is going to be 4,800 now. Working out the total amount of money that he earns, is it more or less than £12,500? Well, we can do our 7,600 plus our 4,800. You can do that using column method, or you can do it in your head. It's going to be 12,400. 12,400. Definitely use column method for that one, guys. There's no reason to rush it. So will he pay income tax? No, he won't, guys. And the reason he won't pay income tax is because £12,400 is less than our 12,500. So no, he won't be paying any income tax. Lucky, lucky man. Okay, question 10 on the screen. Let's have a look. Then I'm going to be doing a little bit more paying attention to the comments on the TikTok because I've been neglecting it for a few moments. Let's have a look. Question 10, it says x is a 2-digit whole number. How many digits does the number 10x have? Circle your answer, guys. Does anybody know this one? Drop it in the chat if you do. Let's see what's the answer going to be. Is it going to be cannot tell, 2, 3, or 4? Hit me with it on the TikTok. Hit me with it on the YouTube. Let's see. James says 4. Few people thinking 4. G's thinking 4. Pete said, this guy secured me my 7. Come on. Nicely done. Okay, question 10. The answer, guys, is going to be that it is actually a 3-digit number. It is a 3-digit number. Why? Because if we have 2 digits, let's take, for example, 27, and then we calculate 10 times by that number. So let's say x is 27, then we do 10x. We're going to do 10 times 27. 27 times 10, just as an example, would be 270. And that's why, guys, it's going to be a 3-digit number. So the effective timesing by 10 there just adds the extra 0 on. Nicely done to anybody who got that. Few people saying they can't tell. Hopefully it made it clear after I just explained it, guys. Looking at the TikTok now. Haven't been looking for a while. James says, I got it. Nicely done. Chris J says, yep. Nicely done. I guess that means you got it right. Tash said, go me, bro. I'm so smart. Nicely done, Tash. Come on. Nice progress. Jazz says, clear. Cool, cool, cool. DJ Fudge says you're helpful. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Guys, I'm going to be moving on to the next screen now. We've got a 1 marker and a 2 marker, and I'm going to be reviewing both of the chats. Ruben Fernandez got it. Nicely done. Guys, on the TikTok, let me know any questions. I'm going to be looking for the next 30 seconds or so. S said, I'm an OG student here. Good to have you. Good to have you. And then YouTube, guys, I'm going to be looking in just a couple of minutes. And because I can see the YouTube feedback, but I can't do that with the TikTok, it's easier to do it this way around. Any questions on the TikTok, guys? A few people are saying that they're stuck on the last one. A few people are saying they're stuck on the last one. I can explain that again if a lot of people are struggling with it. Okay. Famalams just popped up on the TikTok. Good to have you, my friend. Not many people on the TikTok chat at the moment. I guess people are working. Okay, looking at the YouTube now for the first time in a while. Actually, no, let me go through this question, then I'll look at the YouTube chat. Okay, question 11A is saying circle the answer to 50 times by 0.2. 50 times by 0.2. The best way to do this, guys, is going to be to firstly work out 50 times by 2, and then to put the decimal place back in, or in other words, divide by 10 after having times by 10 the first time round. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to do 50 times by 2, which represents multiplying that 0.2 by 10. We're going to do 50 times by 2. That's going to be 100. Then, guys, because we times by 10 when we went from this one to this one, we're going to divide our answer by 10. 100 divided by 10, that's going to give us 10, guys, and that's going to be the answer to this one. And that's going to be the best way to do it. So we do 50 times by 2, then we divide the answer by 10. Hopefully that was clear, guys. Nicely done, Xeon. Nicely done, Candola. Nicely done, Nofila. Good work. Okay, somebody said this is pre-recorded. It's definitely not pre-recorded, my friend. Okay, question 11B. It says work out 3.65 divided by 10. Give your answer as a decimal. Now, this one's going to be a little bit trickier, guys, but we're going to follow the exact same logic. We're going to do 365 divided by 5. And that represents multiplying our number by 100. So we're going to do this, then we're going to divide our answer by 100. That's going to bring us back down to what we want to have. So we're going to do 365 divided by 5. That was not very clear. Let me rewrite that. 365 divided by 5. 5s into 3 is going to be 0, remainder 3. 5s into 36, we're going to do 5 times 7, which is 35, so it's going to go in 7 times with a remainder of 1. And finally, 5s into 15, guys, it's going to be exactly 3. Now we know 365 divided by 5 is 73. What did we do? We removed 2 decimal places. So what do we need to do now? We need to put 2 decimal places back in. So our answer is going to be 0.73. We're putting those 2 decimal places back in. So we get two numbers after the final decimal point, and we get 0.73 as our answer. Nicely done, James. Kajila said, can you do higher maths? We're going to be back on with the higher tomorrow evening. Let's see. Thank you, A and Famalam, for updating people in the chat. That's awesome. Now, guys, looking at the YouTube chat for the first time in a while, who have we had active? We've had Heaven Candola active. We've had Nafila Maria active. Good to have you guys. Let's see. A said Flash Revision gave you a shout out yesterday too. Yeah, that was nice. I joined Flash Revision Labs live stream for a couple of minutes. That was cool. Let's see. Maria, thank you for explaining what income tax is. A few of you guys were asking that. So income tax is basically a proportion of your income that the government takes away to pay for things like roads, to pay for all of that kind of stuff. Roads, street lights, schools, actually, prisons, all of that stuff. Bunch of people. Okay, Nafila said, I do want to be a mod, please. Yep, I'll get you set up in just a sec. Moving on to the next set of questions, just so people can keep working. We have 3 marks up for grabs on the screen here, guys. Nafila, let me do that now for you. Let's see. Nice, Nafila, that is all set up for you. Madison said, does anyone know how to work out relative frequency? We'll be covering that at some point soon. There's also a TikTok for that. You basically do the frequency of the thing divided by the total frequency. So the frequency of that specific thing divided by the total frequency. 100 people on the live at the moment on TikTok, 13 people on the YouTube. That's pretty good. The other day we had quite a few more. Maybe it's because it's a Wednesday evening or Thursday evening slot. Maybe it's because we're doing foundation. Ruben Fernandez said, did you get a grade 9? This question I get asked a lot. So for context, I got a grade 9 in my GCSE maths, and I got A stars in A-level maths and A-level further maths as well. Okay, guys, any questions, let me know. NJ said, I'm back. I'll keep this chat on as a background just in case. Awesome, NJ. Awesome. Did you want to be a moderator as well, NJ? Let me know and I can get you set up. Even though it seems like I'm making a lot of people moderators at the moment, it's only the case because it's right at the start. That's going to slow down very quickly. NJ said, yes, I'll get that set up. Let me just go through this question and then I can set it up. I think my music just went a bit louder. Let me turn that down. Okay, question 12. Let's have a look at this one. What's it gonna be? It says the Venn diagram shows information about 50 people who are in bands. How many of the people are guitar players? We see in the key up here that the G represents the guitar players. So we're gonna have this circle here and we're gonna have everyone in this circle. We have 21 in the right hand side and 8 in the left hand side. So we're gonna do 21 plus 8, which, guys, is going to be 29. That is gonna be our number of guitar players. What about this next question? It says, how many of the people who are singers, how many of the people who are singers, guys, I can't even read. What's going on? I can't even read. How many of the people are singers but are not guitar players? So who are going to be the singers that aren't guitar players? That, guys, is going to be the people who are only in the left-hand section of our Venn diagram. These people are going to be singers and guitar players, so we only want these people here. So, guys, our answer is going to be 4 for that one. And finally, question 12C, it says one of the people is chosen at random. Write down the probability that that person is not a singer and not a guitar player. This one, guys, the number of people who are not singers and not guitar players is going to be the number of people on the outside ring. We can see here that it's 17, so we need to take into consideration only the people who are not singers and not guitar players. It's going to be these 17. This time we want the probability of choosing them. So that's going to be 17 out of our total number of people, which is 50. Reading it from the question up here, we're told that there are 50 people who are in bands. We could have also added those numbers together, but we don't need to because it tells us the 50 in the question. Okay. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Next few questions Oh, yeah, there we go. Next few questions on the screen. And this one I'm actually just going to go through right now. Because I know a lot of you guys don't have this printed and I don't want to waste anybody's time. Let's have a look. Question 13. It says here is a parallelogram. The parallelogram is translated 4 squares to the left and 3 squares up. Draw the translated parallelogram. Guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take our points. We're going to translate them 4 squares to the left and 3 units up. That pretty much just means that we're going to move them 4 spaces to the left and 3 spaces up. Let's take this point here. Let's move it 3 spaces to the left. Oh, sorry, 4 spaces to the left. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 spaces up, it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And we get the new location of that point, which is going to be there. Let me draw that on now, guys. We can do that with another point. Let's take this point. We're going to go 4 units to the left and 3 units up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And we see that our new point is going to be there. Now, we could repeat that for these 2 points, or we could use the relationship between these points and these points to draw them on. We know that this point here is going to be 1, 2, 3 boxes to the right of the top left-hand point, so we can put it on there. And we can do the same with the bottom right-hand point. Using that logic, those guys are going to be our points. Now let's join them together with straight lines. There we go. 1, 2. That wasn't perfect, was it? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there, guys, we have our translated parallelogram. Hopefully that's clear enough. I'm going to be moving on to the next set of questions here. We have a nice 2 marker and a 3 marker. Looking at the chat, let's see what's popping. Who've we got at the moment? Maria said, thank you for your good work, sir. Good job, everyone. I need to go finish physics. Good luck, everyone. Awesome. Thank you very much, Maria. Yep, go get that physics done, guys. I was mentioning this earlier, but yeah, my vision with this going live every single day, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., is to turn this kind of into a revision club. So I know a lot of the time revision can be like a little bit lonely and everything, a little bit boring. Even if you're not doing maths, feel free to have this on in the background, just as a little community. We're up to 220 people on the TikTok, which is awesome. We've got 12 people on the YouTube. Yeah, feel free to join and feel free to be here, even if you're not doing maths. Looking at the TikTok chat now, guys. Let's see what's popping over there. James says it's 4. Giving you guys another couple of seconds. Ooh, up to 270 on the TikTok. Come on, good to see. Guys, looking at the TikTok chat now. Any questions, let me know. Let's see. Emily said, I love this. Thank you. My pleasure, Emily. Alice said the last one is 4. Let's have a look in just a sec. Armani said, can you explain quadratics, please? Yep, that's a popular topic. We can definitely do it at some point. Okay, guys, having a look then at question 14, A and B. What are they going to be? Question 14A asks us to solve 6x minus 11 equals 13, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to use our balancing method. We're going to do everything we need to do to get the x on its own. Step number 1, we're going to add 11 to both sides to move that minus 11 over. We're going to get 6x equals 24. Next step, at the moment, the x is being multiplied by 6, so we're going to divide both sides by 6, divide by 6, and divide by 6. 24 divided by 6, guys, is going to be 4, giving us our answer of x equals 4. Absolutely awesome to see that we've surpassed the 300 mark on the TikTok. Absolutely beautiful. Question 14b, let's have a look. It says simplify fully. 2 times by 4a plus 9 plus 15a over 3 minus 7. Guys, here what we have going on is we have a little bit of algebraic bid maths. We have a bit of algebraic simplification to do, but we can see that we have a bunch of different operations. We have some brackets. We have some other operations, a times, a divide, a plus, a minus. Guys, when we're dealing with algebra, when we're simplifying, we also have to apply bid maths. Let's get it done. First off, we're going to deal with our brackets. We're going to do 2 times by 4a. We're going to have 2 lots of 4a. We're going to do 2 times by 4, which is 8. So we're going to have 8a. Then we're going to have plus 9. Now, guys, I'm going to simplify this 15a over 3. What does 15a over 3 actually mean? 15a over 3 means 15a divided by 3. 15 lots of a divided by 3. What's it going to be, guys? It's going to be 5a. So we can write that in like so. Now, all of a sudden, this is looking a lot nicer to simplify. Looking a lot nicer to simplify. Now we can do our 8a plus our 5a. 8 plus 5 is 13, so we have 13a there, guys. And then we can do plus 9 minus 7. 9 minus 7 is 2, so we can add 2 onto that, and we get our answer, guys, of 13a plus 2. That is going to be the answer to 14b. Guys, couple of seconds to screenshot, and then I'm going to be looking at the chat. 13a plus 2 is the answer to 14b. Moving on, question 15 is on the screen, and we have our first 4-marker of the day. Come on, guys, absolutely beautiful to see that we're cruising at 300 on the TikTok. That's where we like to be. That's where we like to be. Maybe we're going to try get it to 400, 500, even 1,000 before the first exam. Last year, before paper 1, the day before paper 1, we got it up to 2,800 at the peak, which was wicked, Miriam said this counts as revision. Like, this definitely counts as revision. There is no better revision than doing a past paper. Yusra said, thank you so much. You helped me get a grade 7. One of the OGs coming back from last year. Alice said, can you turn the comments off, please? I know the comments can be annoying for people. If you want to turn them off, you can just swipe to the side and they will go off. I'm not going to turn them off. 66, thank you very much. Looking back at the YouTube chat now, guys. NJ, let me go ahead and make you a moderator. It'd be an honor to have you on there. I know you asked for it. Add as a moderator, standard moderator. Thank you for joining, even though you're doing higher. Jada said, love your TikToks. I think they're brilliant for GCSE revision. Hey, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Awesome, awesome. Zion said the camera quality is not very good. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it's not too bad. Famalam Cuz, you're doing a fantastic job in the chat. You're doing a fantastic job. I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. It's not easy work keeping track of a live chat of 275 people, that's for sure. Guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready for this one. Man like Hamez says this one isn't too bad. Thank you, Zenith. Armani's ready. A's ready. Reese is ready. Man like James got 49. Let's have a look in a second. Any questions? Ruby's ready. Kay's ready. Okay, guys, enough talking, enough time. Let's talk about this one. Question numero 15. It says a pyramid has a square base. Each of the 4 sloping edges has a length of 10 centimeters. The total length of all 8 edges is 68 centimeters. Work out the area of the square base. Guys, we know to work out the area of a square, we need to multiply the base by the height. So the first thing we're going to have to do is work out the base and the height. What are we going to do? Well, we know that all of the 8 edges add together to 68 centimeters, and we know that each of these diagonal ones are 10 centimeters. So what we can do is we can write on that they're all 10 centimeters, and then to work out the size of all of the base widths or base lengths added together, we can do our 68 centimeters, subtract 40 centimeters. Why? Because all of these sides added together are going to be 40 centimeters. 68 minus 40, that, guys, is going to be 28 centimeters. So that's going to be the sum of all of our base lengths. Then to work out the size of one of them, we have 4 of them. So we can do 28 centimeters divided by 4, which, guys, is going to give us 7 centimeters. So we know that each of the lengths in that square is 7 centimeters. Now what we have to do to work out the area is we have to do 7 times by 7, because the base and the width are both 7, or the base and the height, however you guys want to say it. 7 times by 7, guys, is going to give us our answer of 49 centimeters squared. Lovely to see that TikTok is up to 400 people. Absolutely fantastic to see, guys. Hit me in the chat. Did we get that one? Dot said it looked hard, but seems easy once you explain. Good to hear. That is the sound of progress. That is the sound of progress, guys. You know the drill. We're not here to get everything right. Not white. We're not here to get everything right. We're here to improve. If you get everything right, there's no point in being here. The reason to be here is to get stuff wrong, realize how you got it wrong, why you got it wrong, and then to know where to improve as a result of that. That's how progress is made. Max says, how is it 7 times by 7? It's 7 times by 7 because all of the sides of that square is 7 centimeters. And to work out the area of a square, we do base times by width. Guys, question 16 now on the screen. Let's have a look at this one. 16A and B. Looking at the YouTube chat now. Famalam saying the quality on the YouTube is pretty good. Nice to see. Thank you, A. Appreciate it for backing it up. Oh, Famlam said also, I can't pin comments on TikTok. I don't know if you have a setting. It's so hard not pinning. Okay, let me try do that now. while we're live and direct. You guys can be doing these 3 markers. Famalam, drop a message in the chat for me so I can click on your message to try to set you up as a better moderator. Or unless I can do it in the settings, actually. Not up there. That's not the place. Okay, got ya. You're set as a moderator. Okay, that's not what I need to do. Okay, family, I'm going to have to wait till after the stream, mate. I'm going to have to wait till after the stream. Let's see. Questions. Hit me with questions. A couple of moments to do this one. No worries at all. NJ, we've got a nice little community starting to form here on the YouTube. Or maybe I'll try after this next one. Question 16 on the screen. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready, guys, and we're going to talk about it. Man like Zenith, please do not spam the chat. Any spamming will result in muting because juggling a chat of 320 people is hard enough, let alone when people are spamming. Thank you very much, A. You've been great help on the YouTube over there. Yeah, no worries, Zenith. Okay, let's get this guy with the... Okay, yeah, I'll do already. Okay, Famalam. Just get rid of that guy. He's trying to make the energy bad. Guys, now that there's 420 of us on the TikTok, hey, absolutely awesome. It's picking up. I just want to make it very clear. Anybody putting any dodgy stuff, you're going to be removed very quickly. We're creating here a very good space for revision, place where everyone can come together. No bad energy. You'll just be straight out. We have like 10 moderators at the moment, and we're going to be increasing that. Question 16. Let's have a look, guys. What's it going to be? Question 16. It says the table shows information about how 150 students travel to school. We have girls, boys. We have walking, bus, and car. Question 16a says, what fraction of the girls walk to school? Give your answer in its simplest form. Guys, what we're going to have to do is work out the total number of girls, which has actually been done for us, which is 72, and then do the number who walk out of that. So, guys, what's it going to be? It's going to be 22 out of 72. Why, guys? Because 72 girls are in, or we have 72 girls in total, 22 of them walk, so the fraction that walk to school, guys, is going to be 22 out of 72. Now, guys, we can simplify this fraction. We can see pretty clearly that both of them go into 2, so we can do 22 divided by 2, which is 11, 72 divided by 2, that's going to be 36. Now, guys, 11 is a prime number, so we can't simplify any further, giving us our answer of 11 over 36. Now, guys, let's have a look at this one. Question 16b, a little bit of a tricky one here. One of the boys is chosen at random. What is the probability that the boy travels to school by bus? Guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, what do you think the answer is to this one? Guys, there's a bunch of us on the TikTok at the moment. I want to make it very clear. Quick announcement, whilst there are 750 of us on, we are live every single day, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., switching between Foundation and Higher, switching between EdXL and AQA. Guys, we're live every single day, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., switching between AQA and EdXL. Guys, what's the answer going to be to this one? Question 16. One of the boys is chosen at random. What is the probability that the boy travels to school by bus? We're going to have to do the total number of boys who travel to school by bus divided by the total number of boys. Just like in the previous example, guys, this time, how many boys do we have? We have 78. We can read that from the total row over there. How many of them travel to school by bus? We have 41 of them. So, guys, our answer is going to be 41 out of 78. 41 out of 78. That's going to be the answer to 16b. Moving on to the next one. Question 16c on the school. Question 16c on the school. Question 16c on the screen. It says, what percentage of the 150 students travel to school by car? Guys, I'm just going to do this one for us. Because it's on 2 pages. What are we going to do? What percentage of the 150 students travel to school by car? We're going to have to work out the total number of students who travel to school by car. We have 17 girls who travel by car, 13 boys who travel by car. So it's going to be 17 plus 13, which is going to be 30. And then we're doing what's the percentage of the 150 students. So we're going to write it as a fraction. First of all, 30 out of 150. Then, guys, we're going to simplify this and write it as a percentage, giving you guys a couple of moments to do that, because I kind of did the first part of the question for you. Guys, the chat just got crazy on the YouTube, not on the YouTube, on the TikTok. We just got up to 800 people. Absolutely fantastic. Guys, what is this going to simplify to? Let's have a look. Guys, moderators, thank you. You're doing a fantastic job of keeping that chat down. Let's have a look. 16C, what percentage of the 150 students travel to school by car? We need to simplify this fraction of 30 over 150. Guys, the best way to do this, to convert it into a percentage, I should say, is to firstly simplify it as far as possible, and then to write it as a fraction out of 100. So first we're going to simplify it, then we're going to write it as a fraction out of 100, simplifying. First of all, let's divide top and bottom both by 10. 30 divided by 10 is 3. 150 divided by 10 is going to be 15. Now, guys, we can divide top and bottom both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Now, guys, we can write this as a fraction out of 100 far more easily than if we had to multiply this. It would have been by 2 over 3, but this is going to be a bit simpler. How do we get it now as a fraction out of 100? Well, we do 5 times by 20 to get 100 on the bottom. So we're going to do the same to the top. We're going to get 20 on the top, and we're going to get our answer, guys, of 20%. Anybody who got that right in the chat, nicely done. Jonathan Pagel, nicely done. Firestream, nicely done. Charlotte, nicely done. Marvan Ahmad, nicely done. The YouTube guys did a fantastic job of that one. And let's see about on TikTok. A lot of people got it right as well. I think it's going to be difficult monitoring the chat with 500 of us here. But it's absolutely fantastic. Question 17, really tricky one here. We're now into the higher questions, that's for sure. Let's have a look. Question 17. What's it going to be? A straight line passes through the origin O and the point 26. A straight line passes through the origin and the point 26. Circle the equation of a line. Guys, to find the equation of a line, we need two things. We need our gradient and we need our y-intercept. The general equation of a line is y equals mx plus c, where m is going to be our gradient and c is going to be our y-intercept. How do we find the gradient of a line? A couple of different ways, but the best way to do it is going to be to do the change in y divided by the change in x between 2 points. We know that this is a point 0, 0. We can do the change in y divided by the change in x between those 2 points. In the y direction, we go from 0 up to 6 up, so the change in y is going to be 6. In the x direction, we go from 0 along to 2 along, so the change is going to be 2. Change in y divided by change in x, therefore, guys, is going to be 6 over 2, which is 3. Guys, the gradient of our line is 3. What's the y-intercept? The y-intercept is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. We can see here that it crosses it at 0 units up or down, so the y-intercept is going to be 0. So we're effectively going to have y equals 3x plus 0, which, of course, simplifies to y equals 3x. And that, guys, is going to be the equation of our line. Any questions, let me know. The YouTube chat is quieting down very much now. A lot of people are leaving. NJ, no worries at all, says my iPad is on low charge, so I'm leaving. Bye, everyone, and good luck. Guys, we got a wicked community starting to form. Love to see it. Famlam, thank you for keeping the chat sorted. For the rest of today, or for the majority of today, I'm going to be focusing on the TikTok because we're up to a nice, cool 520 people on here. Guys, 18 A and B are on the screen. We have a 2 marker and a 1 marker. We're not going to spend too long on these ones at all. We're running on good time today. It's very, very nice to see. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to be live 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. every single day until the end of GCSE maths. The plan, going live 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., is to make this kind of a little community. Make it so that you can have this on even if you're revising for another subject. I know you're not going to be doing maths 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. every single day. I would definitely not recommend that. You're going to get super bored for a start. And also, you know, you have a bunch of different subjects to balance. However, I do know revision is often quite boring. Often when you're sitting in your bedroom on your own, you feel like you're the only person revising. You go on Insta, you see that everyone's out partying, doing stuff, eating nice food, taking pictures of their food and stuff, when in reality a lot of people are revising. And it's nice to have a community of people. By joining the lives, you instantaneously join 500 other people who are revising, and that number is only going to get bigger, guys, as more of us get aware of the streams. So yeah, feel free to join even if you're not doing maths. I know a lot of people here are using this as like a background radio because I'm just rambling. Thank you, Famalam. You're doing a great job in there. I'm going to add some more moderators for next time. If you're interested in being a moderator, let me know, guys. Question 18A and B. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready, guys, and we can talk about it. A lot of people are asking when the next higher paper is. The next higher paper is going to be tomorrow evening. We're going to be doing an edXL higher paper tomorrow evening. Thank you very much, Patricia. Our next higher paper is tomorrow evening. Every single live stream is recorded and uploaded to the channel, so feel free to watch it back there, guys. Question 18A, work out 110% of 80. Guys, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to work out 10% of 80 and add that onto it. Why? That's because 100% of 80 is just 80. We want 110%, so we're going to find our 10%, and we're going to add that on. 10% of 80, how do we find 10% of 80? To find 10% of a number, we just divide it by 10. 10% of 80, therefore, guys, is going to be 8. We can knock that 0 off the end. 10% of 80 is 8. Therefore, 110% is going to be 80 plus 8, which, guys, is going to give us our answer of 88. Well done to anybody who got that one. Superb. Nicely done, Nafila. Nicely done, Candola. Nicely done, Jonathan. Fantastic, guys. Well done. Answer to that one is 88. Question 18B. Work out 21 as a fraction of 12, guys. How do we find one number as a fraction of another? What we do is we simply write that number over the other number. So 21 as a fraction of 12, what's it going to be? We're going to do 21 over 12. Then we're going to simplify our fraction. We're looking for a common factor of 21 and 12. They both have 3 as a common factor, so we can divide top and bottom both by 3. 21 divided by 3 is going to be 7. And 12 divided by 3 is going to be 4. That, guys, gives us our answer of 7 over 4. Hopefully those ones are clear enough. Any questions, guys, let me know. If you have particular questions about questions, yeah, that does make sense. If you have particular questions about questions and you don't have a chance to get them answered in the chat, we currently have 570 people on the TikTok, and I'm not going to be able to answer all of your guys' questions. Comment them on the recording, which is going up to the YouTube channel straight after this, and I'll reply to all of the comments on the YouTube video. So yeah, check out the recording and put your question there. I'll have time to answer it. Question number 19 on the screen, guys. 19A and 19B. We are running smooth today. Lovely to see that we have 550 people on. This is running even more smoothly than last year. For those of you who don't know, this is actually the second time ever going live to TikTok and YouTube at the same time. So we currently have 550 people on the TikTok, 14 people on the YouTube. And the reason I'm doing that is to just bring the stuff to everybody, and because it makes it a lot easier to post the recordings on the YouTube channel. So yeah, second time doing it, and it seems to be going well so far. Couple more moments to do this. Let's see what we can do, guys. Questions, guys, let me know. And let me know when you're ready as well. Couple of people asking, is this calculator? This one is a non-calculator paper. Thank you, Famalam, for trying to keep the peace on the TikTok. I appreciate that. Guys, question 19. Let's have a look. Question number 19. Bags X and Y each contain counters. Bag X has 30 counters. Each counter is green, white, or yellow. Bag Y contains 5 counters. 3 of them are green and 2 of them are red. We're told that the probability of choosing a green counter from bag X is equal to the probability of choosing a red counter from bag Y. Guys, how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to find the probability of choosing a red counter from bag Y. What's that going to be? There are 5 counters in total. 2 of them are red, so we can do 2 over 5. And then we're going to find the number of green counters that would have to be in bag X in order to give a probability of 2 over 5. And what we're going to do to find that, guys, is we're going to do our 2 over 5 times by our 30. We're going to do our 2 over 5 times by our 30. That's going to tell us how many green counters there would have to be in order to have the probability of choosing a green counter from bag X being equal to 2 over 5. 2 over 5 times by 30, guys, to multiply a number by a fraction, what we do is we divide by the denominator and then we times by the numerator. A lot of people in the chat, Chichi, Zainab, quite a few people saying that it is going to be 12, and you are exactly right. 30 divided by 5 is going to be 6. 6 times by our numerator of 2 is going to be 12. So let's do that in 2 steps. 6 times by 2, 12. And that, guys, is our answer. Superb work to anybody who got that. Boldy is back on the YouTube. Love to see it. Man like Shadow says, what's good, man? Them is back in the TikTok. Welcome back, my friend. Long time no see. AMT saying the same thing. Hi, Shadow, long time, my friend. Yeah, that's good. That's good. For those of you who don't know, my GCSE maths actually started last year, and we developed a proper community before the exams, and Shadow was a big part of that, helping set up the Discord. So, yeah, good to have you back, mate. Good to have you back. Question 19b, let's have a look. It says, all 35 counters are put into one bag. One counter is picked at random. Work out the probability that the counter is not red. Guys, to do this, we're going to find the probability that the counter is red, and then we're going to subtract that from, we're going to subtract that from 1. So we're going to do 1 minus the probability that the counter is red. How are we going to find that? Well, we know that there are no red counters in bag X, and we know there are 2 red counters in bag Y. So the total number of red counters is going to be 2. So probability of red is equal to 2 the number of red counters out of 35, the total number of counters. Then, guys, to find the probability of not red, we're going to do 1 minus that. So probability of not red is going to be equal to 1 minus 2 over 35. 1 is effectively 35 over 35. So we have 35 over 35 minus 2 over 35. 35 minus 2 is 33. So, guys, we get our answer of 33. Let me just write that a little bit more clearly. Out of 35. 33 out of 35. That, guys, is our answer to this one. If you got that done, fantastic. Nice to see the community strong on the YouTube. Sorry I've not been able to answer so many of the comments today. We've been getting a higher number of viewers on the TikTok than normal, which is absolutely awesome. Charlie says, yes, Matt, come on. Welcome to the stream, Charlie. Good to have you, my friend. Question 20 on the screen, guys. Not going to give you long for this one at all, because this one really doesn't require too much. It's going to be one of those that you either know or you don't know. Patricia says, I've got my French speaking tomorrow. Ish. Hey, Patricia, something I want to tell you. I personally think it shouldn't affect how you feel at the moment. It shouldn't affect how you feel at the moment. But I think speaking exams are probably the most nerve-wracking exam there is. There's something about when you just have to sit there and speak it, which is nerve-wracking. And the reason that's very good is because you're going to get one of the most difficult exams out of the way right at the start. So that's absolutely fantastic. Guys, those of you who are in here at the moment, who weren't here at the start of the stream, we are going to be live every single day, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. until the end of GCSE maths. We're going to be forming a nice little community here, so that even if you don't have, or you don't want to be doing maths revision, you can have this on kind of in the background, a little bit of light entertainment, and above all, so that you have a community of people to revise with. I've said this a few times. Don't worry, guys, we've been here for a while. It's the last time I'm going to say it. But revising can be lonely, and having a stream with 500 other people who are also revising can make it a lot less lonely. Okay, guys, question 20, going through this one now. Let's have a look. A and B are scatter graphs. We have graph A over here and graph B over here. It says what type of correlation is shown by each of our graphs. Choose from weak positive, strong positive, weak negative, strong negative, no correlation. Guys, when we have a positive correlation, we're going to have an upward sloping line of best fit. When we have a negative correlation, we're going to have a downward sloping line of best fit. When we have a strong correlation, all of our points are going to be very tightly grouped together, forming a pretty clear line. If we have a weak correlation, they're going to be kind of spread out a bit more, but still showing some correlation. In this case, we would say that graph A has a strong negative correlation. Graph A has a strong negative correlation. Why is that the case? That's the case because, first of all, it's sloping downwards. That's what gives it the negative part. Second of all, we would say it's strong. Why would we say it's strong? We would say it's strong because all of those points are very clearly in a line. Graph B, what would it be, guys? I think a few more of you would have got this one. This one would actually be no correlation. So it doesn't seem that as one thing goes up, the other goes up. It also doesn't seem that as the other goes up, the other goes down. It just seems that these two are kind of randomly related. So, yeah, that's going to be the answer to question 20. Moving on, guys. Question 21 on the screen. A couple of tricky ones here. I think there are 30 questions in total. We're definitely on track to finish this paper today. Absolutely fantastic. Guys, I'm going to spend a bit more time looking at the chat now, and I'm going to stop talking for a couple of seconds because I'm starting to get a little bit hot because I've been speaking for a while. Let's have a look. What's popping on the YouTube? Not so many people on there today. I think everyone's been attracted by the TikTok energy. We got 9 people on their YouTube at the moment. Guys, anybody wondering? The recording will be posted straight to the YouTube. I do past papers every single day, and I switch between AQA, EdXL, Hiram Foundation. Famlamka's saying, why are people in TikTok saying they've done paper 1 already? Or are they just lying? No, they're not lying. There are different kind of exams. I think it's GCSE actually, which has already done paper 1. So they did paper 1 very recently. But if you're in the UK, if you're doing regular GCSEs, AQA, EdXL, you definitely haven't done paper 1. Paper 1 is actually around about 2 weeks away on the 16th. So, yeah. Any questions, guys? Let me know. And if you're ready, say ready. Thank you, A, for the rose. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready. A random commenter says, yo, on the YouTube. Good to have you. Layla's ready. Anybody else ready? Faith's ready. Okay, guys, let's talk about these two. Couple of difficult questions here, I would say. Question 21A. It says all the terms of a geometric progression are positive. The second and fourth terms are shown. Work out the first and the third terms. Guys, the key to understanding this one is going to be to firstly understand the fact that in a geometric progression, the way that we get from one term to the next is we multiply by a constant. So to get from the 4 to this term, we times by a constant. And to get from this term to the 16, we times by that same constant. So the question becomes, what do we have to times the 4 by to get some number here, which when we times it by the same number, gives us 16. The best way to do this one, guys, you could do it with some funky algebra, but the best way is definitely going to be to use trial and error here. And when doing that, we could start with the number 2. That seems a logical place to start. If we times the 4 by 2, what would we get? We would get 8. And then if we times the 8 by that same number, 2, we would get 16. So we've seen that this geometric progression does in fact have a term-to-term rule of timesing by 2. We can use that to go in the reverse direction. What number do you have to times by 2 to get 4? It would be 2, and that tells us that our first term would be 2, and our third term would be 8. Question 21b, this one's slightly more challenging, I would say. Another difficult one, it says the first 2 terms of an arithmetic progression are shown. We have p and we have 5p. It then says that the sum of the first 3 terms is 90. Then asks us to work out the value of p. Guys, how are we going to do this? First thing to recognize is that the meaning of an arithmetic progression is that to get from one term to the next, we add a constant. We can use the p and the 5p to work out that to get from one term to the next term, what we do is we add 4p in this sequence. So to get from the 5p to the next term, we add 4p, we do 5p plus 4p, and that gives us 9p as our third term. We're told in the question that the sum of these 3 terms is 90. So what we can do is we can add together these 3 terms. It's going to be in terms of algebra, p plus 5p plus 9p, and we know that that's going to be equal to 90. So we can do p plus 5p plus 9p. We know that that's going to be equal to 90. P plus 5p, that's going to be 6p plus 9p, that's going to be 15p. So we guys can simplify this to 15p equals 90. Now guys, to get the p on its own, what do we do? At the moment it's being multiplied, the p is being multiplied by 15. So to get the p on its own, we have to divide both sides by 15. 90 divided by 15, you can do this using a few different methods. It would be 6, whichever method you use, giving us our answer, guys, of p equals 6. Guys, talk to me in the chats. How was that one? Did we get it? Did it make sense? Any questions? Enzru said, where are you from? Your accent is very strange. Yeah, to be honest, that's something I do get quite a lot. I do have a bit of a funky accent. I'm actually from Derbyshire. And the reason I have a bit of a funky accent, I think, is because a lot of my mates are from different countries. So I went to uni in London. As part of that, one of my best mates is from Armenia, one's from Hong Kong, one's from Australia, one's from Turkey. So one's from Malaysia, so a bunch of different countries. And I think I've just picked up a little fusion of different ones. Man, like Ivan said, bro, I'm from Derby as well. Come on, good to have you. Okay, next question on the screen, guys. Question 22 and question 23 up there. Little bit of arithmetic to do here. How many questions do we have left? Guys, there are 29 questions in this paper. We got a couple of tricky ones coming up. But we are going to be finished, I would estimate, at about 10 to. I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit towards the back end. Famalam, are you on the TikTok at the moment? If you are, I would absolutely love it if you could set up a poll. And can you set up a pace poll? Can you say, how's the pace? Is it too... and can you put the options as speed up, slow down, and stay the same? Of course, anybody who's putting that negative stuff in the chat as well, let's get them out. Miriam said it's been fun, but now I'm drained, I can't lie. Yeah, I'm actually getting pretty tired as well, to be honest. I'm getting pretty tired as well. But guys, this is where we got to stick around. This is where the big gains get made. So guys, a poll should be set up in a couple of seconds, and it would be super helpful. There's 400 of us. If as many of us as possible could comment on this or reply to this poll, it's up in the top left-hand side of the screen. Stephen Morgan said, how often do you do these streams every single day, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., guys, until the end of your GCSE maths. Until the end of GCSE maths. We're getting into the difficult part of the paper now. Someone said, yeah, mate, just going to run away and live in the forest. Hey, there would be worse ways to live, but the forest isn't very comfortable at night, I'll tell you that much. And it's not very nice camping when there's creepy crawlies around. Live 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day. Okay, question 22, guys. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready for this one. I'm just going to take a sip of water, gather myself for like 30 seconds because my voice is getting a little bit tired. Bunch of people asking if we can do a higher paper. High is going to start tomorrow evening. Or not start tomorrow evening. The next higher paper is tomorrow evening. Next higher paper is tomorrow evening. Okay, guys. Question 22. Let's have a look. It says this formula converts temperature in degrees Fahrenheit to Kelvin. We have that the number in Kelvin is equal to 5/9 times by F minus 32 plus 273. We're then told that a pottery oven is heated to 2192 degrees Fahrenheit. Work out this temperature in Kelvin. This, guys, is a super classic substitution and simplification question. What we're going to have to do is substitute 2192 into this formula for our F and then simplify. Let's see what we get. We're going to have that K is equal to 5/9 times by 2192, plugging that in for our F, minus 32 plus 273. Now, guys, we're going to simplify this. We're going to have K equals 5/9 times by 2192 minus 32. That's going to be 2160. We're going to be adding that to 273. Now, guys, doing 5/9 times by 2160, we're going to divide by 9 and then times by 5. Let's do that now. So we're going to do 2160. Let me move that down a little bit. Divided by 9. 9's into 2 is going to be 0, remainder 2. 9's into 21 is going to be 2, remainder 3. 9's into 36 is going to be 4. And then 9's into 0 is going to be 0. We get 240. Now, guys, we have to find 5/9. This is going to be 1/9. So we're going to do 240 times by 5 240 times by 5, which, guys, you can do using long multiplication. It's going to be 1,200. Now, guys, what do we have to do? We have to add on this 273. So the 5/9 of 2,160, that would be 1,200. Now we want to do 1,200 plus our 273, which, guys, is going to be 1,473 as our answer. Nicely done to anybody who got that. Any questions, let me know. YouTube guys, I've not forgotten about you. Let's have a look. It's just that the TikTok today has been pretty busy, so I've been a little bit frantic switching between the two. But of course, I've not forgotten you. Nafila's still here, awesome. A random commenter is here. Nice to have you as well, Maria. Famalam Cuz is still there. Guys, questions, hit me up now, looking at the chat. Otherwise, I'll go through question 23. A little bit of a tricky one, this one, I would say. Great to still have 436 of us. Absolute pleasure this evening. For those of you who don't know, we are live every single day, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m., switching between EdXL, AQA, Foundation, and Higher. We're going to be doing 4 Higher papers a week, 3 Foundation papers a week, 4 EdXL papers a week, 3 AQA papers a week. If you want to know the specifics, which days for which ones, have a look at the post, which is pinned to the top of my TikTok, and you'll be able to see everything there, guys. Question 23. Let's have a look at this one. It says, as a decimal, 11 over 40 is equal to 0.275. We're asked then to work out 33 over 400 as a decimal. This one, guys, I'd say is a pretty tricky question. How are we going to do it? Well, we're going to recognize that when we go from this fraction here to this fraction here, we make 2 changes. The first thing we do is we swap the 11 on the top for a 33. So the numerator gets 3. I just forgot that Apple has this balloon thing. That's quite funny. But yeah, we go from 11 to 33 on the numerator. So we times by 3. The effect of that is going to be to multiply this number by 3. So we're going to start off by doing 0.275 times by 3. The best way to do that, guys, would be to use long multiplication. Do 275 times by 3, which would be 600, 810, 840, and then put the decimal points back in, guys. Oh no, not 840. 825. 600, yeah, 825, sorry about that. So it would be 825, and then, guys, you put the decimal places back in. We have 3 decimal places in total for the 0.275, so we're going to have 3 decimal places in our answer, 0.825. I did that one in my head. You guys can use long multiplication to do that. Yeah, that's how you would do it. Use long multiplication there. Next step, what's it going to be? Well, we need to recognize that not only has the numerator gotten 3 times bigger, but the denominator has also got 10 times bigger. The denominator has gone from 40 to 400. When the denominator gets 10 times bigger, what that's going to do is it's going to divide our overall answer by 10. It's going to cause our overall answer to get 10 times smaller. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our 0.825 divided by 10, which is going to be 0.0825, moving that decimal point 1 place to the left. And that, guys, gives us our answer of 0.0825. I know that one was difficult, guys. I know that one was difficult. Let me just recap it. What did we do? Well, the numerator got 3 times bigger, so we timed our number by 3. The denominator also got 10 times bigger. Because the denominator got 10 times bigger, we had to divide our answer after that by 10. Guys, that was a tricky question. We're into the hardest part of the paper. Anybody who got that, nicely done. Nafila, superb work, said 0.0825. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Guys, looking at the chat now for the first time in a while, we have 420 people on. Oh, I didn't see the result to the poll. Ah, whoops. Maybe I can check it now. Let me see. How would I check that? Up here? Nope. Up here? Nope. Not down there, not gifts, not subscriptions. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, thanks, family. I'm 44% speed up, 40% stay the same. Okay, cool. So we're going to stay the same. Man like Orlando in the house says, I remember you from last year GCSEs. Come on, good to have you back, mate. Good to have you back. Exam season is approaching. Guys, question 24-25. We've got a 4-marker and a 2-marker. Man like Azzy Raza Hussein says, get on with the question, Mush. Ooh, okay. Guys, let me know. Should I get on with it? Drop ready in the chat if you're ready. And we will talk about this one. For those of you who don't know, we're live every day, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. Talk to me. Are we ready? Okay, TJ is ready. Man like Penguin said, get on with it, please, in capitals. That's very loud. Okay. Few people are ready. Let's talk about this one. Difficult one. Question number 24. It says the cost of a holiday is £2,400. Rana pays a deposit followed by monthly payments in the ratio that the ratio of the deposit to the total monthly payments is 3:5. It says she makes 6 equal monthly payments and asks us to work out her monthly payment. Guys, what we're going to do is, first of all, use our ratio to work out the total number of monthly payments. Then to go from that to each of the 6 equal monthly payments, we're going to divide our number by 6. Let's get it done. How are we going to work out the total of the monthly payments? We know that the total cost is $2,400 and that's split in the ratio 3:5. What we're going to do is we're going to find our total number of parts. 3 plus 5 is going to be 8. Then we're going to do our 2,400 divided by 8 to work out the size of one part in our ratio. 2,400 divided by 8, you could use bus stop for that. It's going to be 300. Next up, we don't want one part to represent the total of the monthly payments. We actually want 5 parts because there was 5 in our original ratio. So we're going to do 300 times by 5, which is going to be 1,500. And that is going to give us the total of our monthly payments. Now, guys, to find the size of each of the monthly payments, we're going to do our £1,500 divided by 6. That one's a little bit more difficult to do. You could do it using the bus stop method, or you could do it by dividing by 3 and then dividing by 2. 1,500 divided by 3 is 500, then divided by 2. 500 by 2 is going to be 250. So, guys, we get our answer of 250. I did that in my head there, guys. Definitely don't do it in your head. Do it by writing it out. I'm just doing that for a little bit of speed because I know you guys had a lot longer to do that one. 250, that is going to be our answer to 24. Very well done to anybody who got that right. Superb work. Question number 25, what's it going to be? It says factorize fully 2x squared plus 6x. This one, guys, I think very few people would actually get this right in the exams. What's it going to be? What we're going to do is we're going to look for all of the common factors of 2x squared and 6x. Well, we have a 2 in front of our first number and a 6 in front of our second number. 2 and 6 both go into 2, or I should say 2 goes into 2 and 6. So we can pull out a common factor of 2. We also see that we have an x in the 2x squared and the 6x, so we can also pull out a common factor of x. So in total, we're going to pull out 2x. What do we times by 2x to get 2x squared? We times it by x, so that's going to give us the first number in our bracket. What do we times by 2x to get 6x? We times it by 3, and that's going to give us our x plus 3 as our full bracket. Final answer, guys, to question 25, 2x times by x plus 3. We can pull out a common factor of 2x. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 3 is 6x, and that is why it's going to be that one. Any questions, let me know. Giving you guys a couple of moments. I know I said that one pretty quickly, but I did leave it on the screen for a couple of minutes. Man like Callum Sermon in the chat. Good to have you, my friend. Long time no see. Always a pleasure. Okay, guys. Question 26 on the screen. We got a long one here, and I think this one has a part B as well. Yeah, it does. So, guys, I'm actually going to copy this little 4-mark part, and I'm just going to drop it down here. So those of you who want to move on to the next question can move on to it. And you're going to need this diagram to work it out. So it's going to be nice if we have everything there on one screen. Let's see. Man like Jack said, think I'm cucked, my friend. You got time to make big progress. Guys, I know it's kind of intense when we're in the middle of these past papers, but we always spend like 10 minutes at the start and a good 10 minutes at the end kind of talking a little bit about mindset, about progress, about, you know, the specific things to work on to make maximum progress before exams. And the truth is, with maths, you can make a lot of progress in a very short period of time, especially with past papers. That's kind of why I do these lives, because even in a matter of 2 weeks, you can go up at least 1, maybe 2, maybe even 3 grades. One of my mates went up 4 grades in 2 weeks, believe it or not, which is absolutely amazing, but it shows it can be done, right? So, yeah, those of you who are stressing about not being close enough to the grade that you currently want to get, don't let it stress you out, because there is a lot of time, believe it or not, or I should say there is enough time to make a lot of progress. Question 26 on the screen, guys. Any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer. I wonder how many followers are on at the moment, by the way, because normally these lives, when they go big, they give a little bit of a bump to the following. Man like Jimmy said, remember these last year. Yep. These are pretty common questions. And if you're talking about the live streams, good to have you back. I know a lot of the founding class are here for vibes. You know, they're revising for other subjects and stuff. Quite a few people are asking the equation for the circumference of a circle. You are going to need it here. The equation for the circumference of a circle, guys, is going to be that the circumference is equal to pi times by diameter. I'll just drop that on for you there. Guys, drop ready in the chat when you're ready for me, and we'll go through it. Man like Bailey said, this is helping me so much with my work, and I have my first GCSE maths exam in 2 weeks. Come on, Bailey, good to have you. Eagle, please stop spamming that in the chat. Layla's ready, DJ's ready. Nice to have you, Victor. Alex JT is ready, guys. Let's talk about this one. Question 26, part A and part B. Question 26 says, two wire shapes make an earring. Interesting earring. It says the shapes are a circle with radius 21 millimeters. Guys, the radius is the distance from the side of the circle to the center. So let's draw that on there. And we have a quarter circle. We're told then that the ratio of the radius of the circle to the radius of the quarter circle is 7:2. We're then asked to show that the radius of the quarter circle is 6 millimeters. Guys, what we can do is we can use our ratio to find the size of one part. Then we can times that by 2 to find the size of 2 parts. And we know that the radius of the quarter circle is represented by 2 parts, so that should get us our 6. Let's have a look. We have 7 parts representing the radius of the circle. So to work out the size of one part, we're going to do our 21 millimeters divided by 7. That, guys, is going to give us 3 millimeters. Then to work out the size of 2 parts, we can multiply that by 2. So we can do 3 millimeters times by 2, and that gives us our answer of 6 millimeters. We've therefore shown that the radius of the quarter circle is 6 millimeters. Hopefully that was clear enough, guys. Now moving on to the next one, question 26b. And I'm just going to circle that in orange to represent the fact that all of the writing for this is going to be in orange. I'm going to do it on this same page. The question says, work out the total length of wire in the earring. Give your answer in the form a pi plus b, where a and b are integers. Guys, how are we going to do this one? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to recognize that we have 2 parts to this. We have the circumference of this circle here, and then we're going to have a quarter of the circumference of what this circle would be, and we're going to be adding on these 2 sides here, which represent the radius of the circle. So we can write on the length of 6 millimeters because we just worked that out. So we know that the radius, the length there, is 6 millimeters. What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to find the circumference of this using pi times by diameter. That's going to be pi times by. If our radius is 21, our diameter is going to be 21 times by 2, which is going to be 42. So it's going to be pi times by 42. That's going to be pi times diameter for the bigger circle. And then we need to add to that 1/4 of what the circumference of this circle would have been. So it's going to be 1/4 of pi times by diameter for this circle. The radius of this circle is 6, so the diameter is 12. So it's going to be 1/4 times pi times 12. What was that? That was 1/4 of pi times diameter. Why? Because we have a quarter of a circle, and that's going to represent this side length here, a quarter of the circumference of what this circumference would have been, and then we're going to be adding to that 2 lots of our 6 because we have 1 6mm there and 1 6mm there, so we're going to have +6 +6. Hopefully all of those parts made sense, guys. The reason that maybe wasn't so clear is because I'm trying to do all of this on one page. What did we have? We had pi times diameter for the bigger circle. Radius was 21, so diameter was 42. Then we had a quarter of pi times diameter for what this circle would have been. That's going to work out this side length here. Then we have our 6 and our 6, which we add on. Simplifying this, 42 times by pi is going to be 42 pi. 1/4 times pi times by 12. 1/4 of 12 is going to be 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3, so that's going to turn into 3 pi. So we're going to have 42 pi plus 3 pi. 42 pi plus 3 pi, that's going to be 45 pi. Then, guys, we have these two 6's, +6 +6. We can simplify that, bringing them together. 6 + 6 is 12, and we get our answer, guys, of 45 pi plus 12. Any questions, let me know. Hopefully that was clear enough. Let's see, having a look at the chat. We still have 360 people on the TikTok live, which is beautiful. Thank you to those of you who are here. Hopefully everything's helping. Edward said, I don't understand the orange. Yeah, that bit was definitely the hardest part. Any questions, guys? Let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to the next one. Nofila, Victor, you guys are doing a great job in the YouTube chat. Thank you very much. Moving on to the next question, guys. This is the one we just did. That was the orange one here. Moving on then to question 27. A really annoying question here. Then we only have 2 to go, 28 and 29. And then, guys, we're going to be doing our tradition and we're going to be throwing a party. For those of you who don't know what that means, make sure to stick around. Aaron saying, trig, I love. Yeah, this is an annoying trig question because it's non-calculator. This is a trig question, but it's non-calculator. This, guys, I would say, not trig itself, not so-called Torah itself, but this specific question is one of the most annoying in the whole course. You'll see why when I explain it. You'll see why when I explain it. If, by the way, you think you understand trigonometry and you don't get this question, do not let that make you panic. That is definitely not a reason for panic. This is a very specific part of trigonometry. So, yeah, don't panic if you don't get this, even if you think trig is one of your best things. Questions, let me know. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready. I'm looking at the YouTube chat right now, guys. Any questions, let me know. Hack Eddie, it's good to have you on. Fire Steam, good to have you on. Kobe's ready. Max says ready, mate. Thank you very much, Max. Madison says cos to the -1 of 9 over 18. Superb. Superb. Guys, let's have a look at this one. Question 27. What's it going to be? Just give me a second. Get the chat sorted. Very nice. Question 27. Use trigonometry to work out the size of angle x. Guys, when we're doing trigonometry with a right angle triangle, we're going to be using SOHCAHTOA. Let's write that in. These stand for sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse, cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Step number 1, we're going to label our side lengths. Opposite the angle in the question, we have the opposite. Opposite the right angle, we have the hypotenuse, and the other side is the adjacent. Next step, we work out which of these we want to use. Which sides are involved in the question? We have the adjacent side involved because we know that one, and we have the hypotenuse involved because we know that one. A and H, what's it going to be? It's going to be CAR. What does CAR tell us? It tells us that cos of our angle, let's call it theta, is equal to our adjacent side divided by our hypotenuse. Substituting in our values, what are we going to have? The angle in this question is the thing that we're trying to find, which is x. So we're going to write that cos of x is equal to our adjacent side, which is 9, divided by our hypotenuse, which is 18. Guys, if you think that now what you do to find x is you do x equals cos to the minus 1 of 9 over 18. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. If you were doing a calculator exam, you would be correct and you would get the right answer. However, this is where this one gets annoying, as I mentioned. What do we need to do? What we need to do is we need to use our knowledge of the exact trig values. So in GCSE maths, one of the things which is in the course is remembering specific values of sine, cos, and tan. Or actually, yeah, sine, cos, and tan. We have sine 0, sine 30, sine 45, 60, and 90. And what they want us to use here is our knowledge of the fact that cos of 60 is equal to 0.5. So they want us to simplify this fraction. 9 over 18, we divide top and bottom both by 9, we get 1 over 2, and we have memorized, ideally, very few people actually do this, that cos of 60 is equal to a half, so we know that cos to the minus 1 of a half is equal to 60. That, guys, is how we do this one. We have to use our knowledge of the exact trig values. So this is not just a so-called TOA question, this is actually an exact trig values question. Guys, if you want a video on the exact trig values, go to the top of my page. It's actually my most viewed TikTok ever. I think it has like 970,000 or something, and it should explain there how to work out and how to remember. Well, it does explain there the value of cos 0, cos 30, 60, 90, etc., etc. So, annoying question there. I'll put my hands up. That's an annoying one. Hopefully, it made sense when I went through it, though. Question 28 on the screen, and then question 29. Guys, we currently have 330 people still on the TikTok, which is absolutely superb. The question is, are these guys going to remain until the end? Are we all going to be here for the party? Hopefully. Maybe it's going to be the biggest party ever. Apart from at the end of exam season last year, or before the exams last year, we had like 2,000 people on the stream. Rose saying it's so blurry. Guys, it shouldn't be blurry. It's not been blurry through the session. Rose, please don't spam the chat because you'll get muted. Question 29 and 30. Guys, spam the chat for me when you're ready. Well, I did just say, don't spam the chat, but drop ready in the chat when you're ready, guys. And we're going to talk about these two last ones. Safe Shahabi. Please don't spam the chat. Thank you, Nafila. Get them muted for me. Get them muted. We don't want to be disrupting the stream right at the end. Lydia's ready. Kobe's ready. Okay, guys. Let me just check something real quick. Okay, very nice, very nice. Bunch of people are saying ready, guys. Final question of the day, or final two questions of the day, 28 and 29. Let's get it done. Question 28, rearrange C is equal to D plus 2 over 3 to make D the subject. Guys, we're going to have to firstly move that 3 over. We don't like the fact that that 3 is on the bottom of a fraction. What does over 3 actually mean? It means divided by 3. So to move that to the other side, we're going to times both sides by 3. C times by 3 is going to give us 3C. And on the right-hand side, the times 3 and the divide by 3 are going to cancel out. We're going to have D plus 2. Next step, guys, to get that D on its own, we're going to minus 2 from both sides, minus 2, and we're going to get 3C equals, 3C minus 2 equals D, and that is going to be our answer, guys. D equals 3C minus 2. Hopefully that one made sense. Hopefully that was clear enough. A little bit annoying rearranging when we have a number on the bottom of a fraction there. Finally, question 29. What's it going to be? Last question of the day here. First off, 29A, write 360,000 in standard form. Guys, to write a number in standard form, what we do is we write it as some number between 1 and 10 times by 10 to some power. In this case, we're going to take the 3 and the 6. That's going to give us 3.6 as a start. And then we're going to times it by 10 to some power. How do we determine the power? We work out how many places we move the decimal point. It starts off here. We move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. So we get our answer, guys, of 3.6 times by 10 to the power of 5. Finally, guys, question 29B, write 9.2 times by 10 to the minus 3 as an ordinary number, guys. What do we do when we have a negative power for our surds? We divide by 10 to the version of the positive power. So here we divide by 10 to the power of 3. In other words, we move that decimal point 3 places to the left. Moving it 3 places to the left, we're going to have 0.0092 as our final answer to this one, guys. We have 3 zeros in our answer because we move it 3 places to the left. Guys, any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we are done for the day. I think there's going to be a few tired people around. I'm certainly a little bit tired, but it doesn't mean we're not going to finish how we always finish, with a little party. Doesn't mean we're not going to finish how we always finish, with a little party. Guys, let me know. Somebody said for 29A, how did you get 3.6? We chose that because it's essentially the number between 1 and 10, which has that 3 at the start as the first number. Okay, questions, guys, let me know. Kay says, when is the next live? Guys, we are going to be live every single day, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. until the end of GCSE Maths. A lot of people are asking. We're going to be switching between Higher and Foundation, switching between EdXL and AQA. You can find the schedule pinned to the top of my page, live every single day until the end of GCSE Maths. There are 3 days in a few weeks when I'm on holiday, so I can't be doing it then. But outside of that, guys, every single day live, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. Guys, are we ready? Are we ready for a party? Guys, drop ready in the chat if you're ready for a party, and you'll see how we end things around here. You'll see how we end things around here. Are we ready? Maybe, maybe not. Anyone going to put anything? Adil's ready. Lydia's ready. Esther's ready. Okay, guys, bing. Let's go to the end screen. Guys, let me move this back a bit. Absolutely fantastic work today. Absolutely fantastic work today. So it's officially 2 weeks out until our first GCSE Maths exam. And now it's time to celebrate the fact that we have just finished another past paper. What we do to recognize that is we spam the chat with emojis. Guys on YouTube, I'm still looking at you guys. Guys on TikTok, I'm looking at you guys. Everybody spam the chat with emojis. Go for the party emoji. Go for the dancing emoji. If you can, go for the electricity emoji. That's my favorite one. Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo's partying. Isla's partying. Love to see it. Can we get the energy in the YouTube as well? Lydia's partying. Man like James says, Dub. Come on. H is partying. TJ's partying. Hut is partying. H is still partying. Less of that, LV. Less of that, LV. Amber's partying. Moosa's partying. Legal Queen is back. Good to have you. Good to have you. Famalam says, join the Discord. Don't worry, mate. I'm going to plug it. I'm going to plug it. For those of you who don't know, we do have a Discord community. Can we get as well? My personal favorite emoji, I don't know why, is the lightning emoji. I love the lightning emoji. You might have noticed TJ's got that tango dancing in. Guys, everybody spam the chat with the lightning emoji if you can find it. And Famlam was just referring to the fact that we do have a Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, it's gonna get pretty popping over there over the next few weeks. Have a look at the YouTube channel. The link is over there. LV's got that lightning emoji out. Not many people on the lightning. That's fair. Maybe people are trying to find it. Maybe people are trying to find it. A lot of people are asking, do you do Higher? And when is it from? We do Higher. We switch between Higher and Foundation. We have a Higher past paper tomorrow evening. If you want the schedule, it is on the top of my TikTok page. Lydia's got the lightning emoji. She found it. The chat's quiet, so I think people are probably trying to find that lightning emoji. Buys partying. Absolutely fantastic work. Jaya's got that frog emoji out. Come on, AMT's got the energy today. Beautiful. Chi-Chi's partying still. Jaya's still partying. Guys, okay. A little bit of real talk before the end. A little bit of real talk, and then we're going to call it a day. So, GCSEs are fast approaching. I don't know what your first exam is. It's going to depend on what modules you're taking or what course. Let me think of the right word. What subjects you chose. There we go. And with that, you know there's going to be a lot of, or there can be a lot of stress. There can be a lot of pressure. There can be a little bit of anxiousness, anxiety, all of that stuff. I'm going to be sharing on here over the next couple of weeks, not only the best way to prepare for maths exams, doing these past papers, but also talking a lot about the emotional side of things, how to manage the anxiety, a little bit of stress, and the best mindset going into things. I know that helped a lot of people last year when we did this, and I'm definitely going to be doing it again this year because I know that it does affect a lot of people, and come exam day, your mindset does have a big effect on how you end up doing. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about all that stuff. Guys, hang in there. Superb work tonight. I'm going to be hanging around for another few minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, we're going to be talking about all that side of things as well. Above all, be proud of the fact that a lot of you guys have just done a past paper. Guys, congratulations if you have. Superb work. H says thank you. Savannah said, when is your next live? Tomorrow evening. We're live every day, 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. Somebody just asked, can we do a little meditation session? Now, one thing I actually did think about, believe it or not, is I did think about teaching you guys some breathing exercises. So hear me out. I know it sounds a bit silly. However, there are certain things you can do with your breath, certain ways of breathing that make you very calm, that make you very alert, that give you energy, that chill you out, that are good for when you have anxiety or good for when you're feeling a bit nervous. I can share those with you guys. It will involve me looking like a bit of a muppet on a live stream because I will actually demonstrate them and do a little kind of like meditation / breathing session for you guys. I will look like an absolute muppet. I'm aware of that. However, I'm willing to do that if you guys are actually interested in it. Okay, Famlam said 2 breathes in, 1 out. I still use your breathing from last year. I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. Seriously, that's so good to hear. Yeah, the best one for calming anxiety, for chilling you down a bit, is to do 2 breaths in through your nose and 1 breath out through your mouth. So you breathe in and then when you get to the top of the breath, you breathe in a little bit more, and then you breathe out through your mouth, and you would not believe how much that calms you out if you just do it 5 or 6 times. But I can do a full session. I can do a full guided session if it's actually something you're interested in. Because I know a lot of people are worried at this time of year, and when it comes to exam prep, yeah, you know, it can be a stressful time of year. Jess said, I'm so bad at maths. Less of that. I'm so bad at maths. My exams are like next week. Jess, the good thing is you're in the right place because we're going to make a lot of progress. We're going to make a lot of progress over the next couple of weeks. Lives every day. You would not believe how much progress you can make. I've had a lot of DMs from people saying, I'm at a grade 2, I need a grade 5. I'm at a grade 4, I need a grade 6. I'm at a grade 6, I need a grade 8, or whatever. Do I have time to make that change? And the truth is that you definitely do. So in a couple of weeks, doing enough past papers, you can make a lot of progress. You can go up at least a grade. You can go up 2. You can go up 3. Some people even go up 4 grades. Okay, looking at the chat now, guys. Naima says, lovely. iJazz said, what time are you coming to live? 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day, guys. I don't wanna waste anybody's time, so I think I'm gonna call it a day there. One thing I didn't see was whether you guys are interested in seeing the breathing exercises. So if you are, spam the chat for me now, and I'll kind of make a decision based on that. Jamie Harris said, any tips on getting from a grade 8 to a grade 9? The best advice I would have for that, guys, is to smash out the past papers, and specifically going from an 8 to 9. Have a look at my YouTube channel. I've got like a grade 9 playlist, and that will definitely help you out. Michael's interested. I think Famalam was interested in hearing a bit more. Huz interested. Awesome. Savannah Dollar says, breathing, please. Yeah, awesome. It's really good, guys. It's really effective. MYZ said, bro, breathing, please. Okay, definitely. AMT's interested. Someone says yes. Someone's the name. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it a day there. We will be doing a guided breathing session at some point. That was enough interest. Famalam said, Matt, do those balloons come on? I think you do this. Does this bring it up? Yeah, okay, there we go. That's for the final part of the session. I think actually, maybe if I do this as well. Hey, that's even better. Hey, I'm going to use that for next time. That can be there for the party. Awesome. Okay, guys, superb work this evening. Best live stream yet. We had the most people by far. Guys on the YouTube, are you hearing me? Let me know in the chat if you can. It's very quiet over there. Family says I was waiting for that. Awesome. Okay, guys, I'm going to say adios for now. Hasta luego, hasta la vista. Guys, see you tomorrow evening for those of you who want to join. And then on, I think Saturday evening is the next foundation paper. So higher paper tomorrow night. Next one's going to be foundation, and we're going to be repeating like that. Thanks for the messages, guys. Have a fantastic evening, and I will catch you in the next session. Until then, rest easy. Have a good night, guys.